Hi, my name is Tamara Josephine Callahan. My parents are Maureen and John. My best friend is Eileen Mary McEwen. I live at 16 Vera Street, Toowong. Is that what you wanted? Look to camera? Oh, sorry, I knew that. This is the story of the day my life changed forever.
G'day, my name's Senior Constable Ivan Adams, and this is my story of the Captain Nielsen.
My name's John Edgar Byrne. You can call me Bobby. I'm the editor of The Figaro. This is my story.
It was September 1964. I was working night shift at the Brisbane Water Police headquarters. It's a pretty quiet night, lovely night actually. And I was just on my second coffee and a call came through on the radio. At first I thought it was a hoax, it just seemed ridiculous. The only diver rostered on for the evening, a call comes through about a capsized ship off the coast of Moreton Island.
So, I've been going to acting classes for what feels like forever, and when I was at high school, all my friends said that I shone on stage. In our grade 10 production of Little Women, I played Jo, which totally wasn't me, as I was really more like Margaret, but that made the role more exciting and more of a challenge.
So I gave my mate Joe a call, he's a professional diver, and we made our way straight away to the site of the incident. All I knew at that time was that there was one survivor, a gentleman by the name of Eric Paulson, who had apparently swum 6 kilometres through the night waters and then run another 2 kilometres to raise the alarm. And that's when I got the call.
There was a biting frost on the morning of the 15th of March 1884. It's unusual for this time of year in Brisbane. I decided a morning stroll was in order around the empty streets of Albert and Elizabeth, an area known as Frog's Hollow. I thought it matched my bleak demeanour brought on by a late night.
So after leaving year 10, I didn't have much luck in the acting field, but I still was going to classes to perfect my skill. Mum and Dad couldn't really afford to put me through class, but it was my passion, so I got a job at Allen & Stark's selling makeup over the Elizabeth Arden counter.
We got to the site of the incident, daybreak. It was a pretty disturbing sight actually. It was this huge 3,000-tonne dredger flipped upside down. Even more surprising is that there were 2 guys sitting on the hull. They'd apparently escaped at the same time that Paulson had, but they decided to wait for rescue. And they also told us that they'd heard their mates inside, and it was at that time that, we knew we had a hell of a rescue mission on our hands. We wasted no time getting into our gear. From what we'd heard, the only way into the ship was via a small skylight that was now at the bottom of the bay. Our gear was pretty bulky as well. We were pretty sure we weren't going to be able to fit through the skylight, so we decided to carry our air containers and as we swam. It was dark and cold. It was an eerie silence, actually, when you think about it. But anyway, we went down, we pushed our way through the skylight and into what seemed like a labyrinth of corridors, and just made our way around, and all I could think of is that we really needed to rescue these sons of bitches as quick as we could.
My head ached, my moods forlorn as I strolled along the frost-bitten streets. And I wondered, without any special curiosity, how I'd feel if for some god-awful reason I was compelled to sleep out in the open all night, away from my feather bed and the warmth of the fire. And while trying to conjure this image in my mind, my eyes wandered across the streets towards the Botanic Gardens without any particular object in view when, good God, a ghostly skeletal figure, a bundle of rags, started staggering towards me. I struggled to make out what I was seeing as it zigzagged uncertainly across the road as if it would fall at any moment. I craned my neck to look closer. Could the miserable sight be a woman? Or was the bundle of rags that she held so tightly to her breast? No, I thought it must be a phantom of what was once plump womanhood. This could not ever have been a bounding, happy maiden. Impossible.
Anyway, the day my life changed forever was Monday, the 18th of July, 1955. I was restocking the lipstick at the front counter when I heard this loud, brash American voice behind me saying, "Hey, darl, do you have that lipstick in red?" I spun around, and to my utter shock and delight, it was Katharine Hepburn. She had a fierce reputation, a real diva. I think I'd seen Summertime about 10 times that year in the cinema, and I'd studied her portrayal of Jo in Little Women for my own grade 10 production. Anyway, I grabbed the colour that she was after, I spun around and I said, "Audrey Hepburn, I love you!"
We finally got to the cruise quarters and found 9 survivors. Now, they were Dutch, but relief's the same in every language, you know. So Jo gave them a quick lesson on how to use the breathing apparatus, and then we took them out through the skylight one by one, sharing the oxygen as we went. The first one we saved was a 15-year-old cabin boy. 15, eh? Anyway, Jo and I kept going back for the others, and you should have heard the cheers each time we surfaced with the survivor. It was pretty special. With 9 safe, we knew we had to explore deeper into the ship if we were going to find more survivors. Among the still missing was the captain, a fellow by the name of Carl Flint. I was just checking my air cylinders to make sure I was still okay to go. And I started to feel a bit lightheaded, and I don't mean to make a bad joke about this or anything, but it felt like I was capsizing, you know. And all I was thinking was, I have to get back in there. Now we've got more guys to get out, and then everything turned black, smack. Next thing you know, I was on the floor of the rescue boat.
The figure comes closer. The phantom's now at the corner, just near Grant's Hotel opposite the gardens. The door flies open, almost knocking the woman off her feet. My curiosity can't be contained any longer. I assume that she's from one of the local hostels, stumbling home night after working the streets. But what's the reason for the rags, and why does she look so deathly? I stride down the street towards the hotel, just in time to witness the phantom falling onto a seat. She can't speak, only dumb motions. She looks at me with agonised eyes and points at the bundle of rags. I look closer, and a tiny limp leg pops out of the bundle as the woman collapses, unconscious.